My parents threw me out as a useless failure, never knowing I was secretly worth $15 million. 3 weeks later, they received an invitation from me, the night that destroyed everything they thought they had built. The heavy oak front door slammed shut behind me, the sound echoing like a final gavel strike. My father didn't even look up from his newspaper, and my mother was busy scrubbing a spot on the counter that didn't exist. Don't come crawling back when you realize the real world doesn't pay for your laziness, my father muttered, his voice cold, devoid of the warmth he reserved for my golden child brother, Marcus. I stood on the porch with 2 duffel bags, the sum total of my life after 22 years. They kicked me out because I hadn't landed a corporate job within 6 months of graduation. To them, I was a useless failure who spent too much time on his laptop. They had no idea that while they were sleeping, I was coding the backbone of a cybersecurity protocol that a major tech conglomerate had just acquired for $15 million. I didn't argue. I didn't scream. I just walked. I checked into a high-end hotel downtown, ordered a glass of scotch, and watched my bank account balance hit 8 figures. The sting of their rejection didn't hurt as much as the silence. I had spent my life seeking their approval, and in return, they gave me an eviction notice. The revenge wasn't going to be loud. It was going to be structural. For 3 weeks, I played the part of the destitute drifter. I watched from afar as my parents bragged to the neighbors about Marcus's promotion. Then I struck. I sent a formal gold-embossed invitation to their house. It was an invite to the gala for the acquisition of Apex Systems, the company I founded and had just sold. The night of the gala, I stood in a tailored tuxedo, sipping water, waiting by the entrance. When they walked in, they looked out of place, clutching their champagne like it was a lifeline. They were there because they'd been told a major donor wanted to meet them. My father was beaming, eyes darting around the room, clearly looking for some wealthy venture capitalist to pitch to. He looked right through me, literally looked past my shoulder to scan the room. For someone important. Looking for someone, Dad? I asked, my voice low and steady. He snapped his head around, his face reddening. You? How did you get in here? Security! I'm the one who invited you, I said, stepping into the light. The room quieted. My assistant walked over, handing me a glass, and whispered something about the keynote speech being ready. My mother's face went pale. She looked at my suit, then at the hushed crowd of executives whispering in our direction, and finally at the giant screen behind me, where my name was displayed under the heading Founder and CEO. You're a failure, my mother whispered, her voice trembling. You're supposed to be broke. I am a failure in your eyes, I replied, feeling the cold, delicious weight of the truth. But in the real world, I'm the man who just bought the mortgage on this building, and the mortgage on your house, which you failed to mention was 3 months in arrears. My father's jaw went slack. He tried to speak, but no words came out. The useless son was now their landlord. I didn't come here to gloat, I lied. I wanted them to feel every ounce of the isolation I felt on that porch. I came to tell you that you were right. You raised a son who doesn't need his parents. You spent 20 years training me to survive in a cutthroat world. You just never realized that eventually, I'd be the one holding the blade. I turned my back on them, walking toward the stage as the applause started. I didn't look back. I didn't need to. I heard my father start to stammer, but the sound was drowned out by the roar of the crowd. They finally saw me, and for the first time in my life, I didn't care if they were proud. I only cared that they were watching.